They tried to break you, didn't they? They told you you're fragile, emotional, replaceable, but deep down something ancient inside you whispered, no, you didn't shatter. You adapted, you survived, and that's where your real story begins. You see, strength was never about muscles or smiles or how perfectly you hold your life together. It's about the quiet moments, the ones no one sees, the nights you cried and still showed up, the mornings you woke up hollow but kept going, the way your soul refused to die when everything around you told it to. You've been taught to doubt your own fire. Society has trained you to underestimate your own mind, your own resilience. They want you tame, obedient, distracted. Because if you ever discovered what you truly are, if you ever realized the magnitude of your own endurance, you'd become unstoppable. Every scar you hide is proof that you've already fought wars, silent, internal, invisible wars, and survived them all. They called it overthinking, but it was awareness. They called it being too emotional, but it was empathy sharpened to a blade. They called it weakness, but it was evolution. You are not broken. You are a code rewritten by survival. Every wound in your story has been a teacher, carving out the person you were meant to become. You think you've lost too much? No. You've shed what couldn't follow you into your next chapter. But listen closely, because this part is dangerous. The truth isn't pretty and it isn't soft. The world feeds on your self-doubt. It thrives on your hesitation. The system was built to keep you asleep, scrolling, buying, comparing, so you never remember who you are. A woman who has already faced hell and come back burning brighter. There's a darkness inside you that isn't evil. It's potential. It's raw, unfiltered power waiting to be reclaimed. Most people spend their entire lives running from that part of themselves. But not you. You found this message for a reason. Somewhere in your timeline, fate decided you were ready. Because the truth is, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. You were designed to break patterns, to shatter illusions, to walk into rooms and make energy shift. You are the kind of person the world tries to dim because your light exposes lies. But light isn't gentle, is it? It blinds, it burns, it reveals. And maybe that's why they fear you, because when you finally remember your strength, when you finally step into your truth, everything built on illusion will crumble around you. So here's your initiation. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You just need to decide. Decide to remember what they wanted you to forget. Decide to rise without waiting for applause. Decide to believe that every time you were broken, it was just the universe forging steel in your veins. You are stronger than you think, and they already know it. That's why they tried to silence you. They won't tell you this part, they never do, because the second you understand it, you can't be controlled anymore. The second you see how they built your cage, you can walk right through the bars. Every doubt you've ever had about yourself was engineered. Every insecurity planted carefully, like poison seeds in fertile soil. They made you believe strength was loud, masculine, visible, but the real power, the kind that bends reality, has always been quiet, subtle, feminine, the kind that listens, calculates, and moves in silence. You've been powerful this whole time, but they hid that truth behind 1,000 illusions. They taught you to fear your emotions, to silence your intuition, to call your sensitivity a flaw, because those are your weapons. Your instincts are ancient technology, older than fear, sharper than logic. When you listen to them, you cannot be manipulated. The people who said you were too much were really just saying, I can't handle someone who sees too clearly. They wanted you small because small people are easy to predict. But the moment you stopped apologizing for your power, the world began to shift. Have you felt it? That trembling in your bones when you finally speak your truth and don't back down? That's your awakening. That's your rebirth. But understand this, awakening isn't pretty. It's not candles and crystals and affirmations. It's the storm before calm. It's the moment you look around and realize most of what you built was never yours. It was who you were told to be. The clothes, the words, the dreams, borrowed identities stitched together by expectation. And one day, the fabric tears. When that day comes, don't panic. That's not your end. That's your emergence. You're shedding false versions of yourself layer by layer until only truth remains. And truth, my friend, is rarely gentle. It burns, it breaks, it liberates. You've survived. But every breakdown for a reason, every loss, every betrayal, every silence, it wasn't random. It was initiation. Pain is the oldest teacher, and it never wastes a lesson. Each wound carved a map inside you, a map leading straight to your real strength. You are not the person you once were. You are the evolution of everything that tried to destroy you. Now listen carefully. This is the moment of transformation. If you've made it this far, it means your soul is ready to remember. But awakening requires a promise, a mark of intention. So right now, write in the comments, I remember who I am. I remember who I am. Do it twice, not for me, for you, to seal your transformation, to signal to your own subconscious that the fog has lifted. You're not lost, you're waking up. Because from this point forward, the world will start to look different. You'll start seeing patterns others can't. You'll notice the manipulation, the programming, the silent chains, and once you see them, you can never unsee them. This is where the descent begins, into the hidden, the forbidden, the truth behind your strength. Are you ready to go deeper? Now that you've remembered who you are, the old world will start to resist you. It always does. The moment you awaken, life begins testing the strength of your new awareness. The same people who once smiled at you will start to sense your shift. They won't understand it, but they'll feel it, the weight of your energy, the quiet certainty in your voice, the way your presence disrupts their illusions. You are no longer the person they can manipulate with guilt or approval. You've outgrown their systems of control, and that terrifies them. Because people trapped in the old narrative don't know how to exist around someone who's free. This is where most people turn back. They get scared of their own reflection, because power, real power, is not soft. It forces you to face the truth about what you've allowed, who you've trusted, and how you've betrayed yourself for comfort. But you didn't come this far to go back. You see, the hidden secret of strength is that it's born in surrender, not the weak kind, but the divine kind. The moment you stop fighting your own truth, something unlocks inside you. A door you didn't know existed creaks open. You stop begging the world to see your worth because you finally see it yourself. You stop chasing validation because you become the source. Strength isn't about dominance, it's about clarity. When you see through illusion, you realize how much noise was designed to keep you distracted. Every advertisement whispering you're not enough. Every social post engineered to make you feel behind. Every voice telling you to shrink. All of it, an orchestra of control. But you've slipped between the notes now, haven't you? You can feel it. That eerie calm when something once triggered you, and now it doesn't. That's evolution. That's strength maturing. It's the quiet defiance of refusing to break again the same way twice. Understand this. Your awakening isn't rebellion against the world. It's a reunion with yourself. It's remembering that power was never something to earn. It was your birthright. Every breath, every heartbeat, every scar, it all belongs to you. You were never meant to serve systems built to drain you. You were meant to bend them with awareness. The moment you realize that, fear loses its grip. because fear only works on those who believe they have something to lose. But once you understand that nothing real can ever be taken from you, you become untouchable. That's the hidden layer of strength they never wanted you to see. You don't need armor anymore. You are the weapon, not in violence, but in vibration, in truth, in the frequency of someone who no longer needs to pretend. Look around, the same world, but the colors feel different, don't they? Sharper, louder, more alive. That's because reality bends around consciousness, and yours is rising. This isn't motivation, this is awakening. And awakenings come with a cost, the death of who you were pretending to be. But what's born in its place is unstoppable. This is the threshold. Step through it. This is it. The final layer, the descent beneath illusion, the moment the mirror cracks and shows you not who you appear to be, but what you've always been. You've spent years believing strength meant control, holding yourself together, keeping the smile. But true strength is letting go. It's the silence that comes after chaos. It's the stillness inside a storm. Not because the world calmed down, but because you did. You've learned to carry pain like a secret talisman. It shaped you, tempered you. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every sleepless night, all of it training you for this moment. To walk through the fire and not flinch. To stand in truth even when it burns. That's not survival anymore. That's mastery. There's something they never told you. Strength has a sound. It's the heartbeat that keeps going when everything else falls apart. It's the whisper that says, I can still rise, even when your body trembles. You've heard that sound before, in your darkest nights. And you'll hear it again when the world tries to test you. Because life will test you. It always does. Not to punish you, but to reveal you. Every storm is a mirror. Every loss is a teacher. Every silence is a door. You think the universe breaks you? No. It bends you toward who you were always meant to be. You are not fragile, and you never were. You were only buried under fear, expectation, and noise. But now, stripped of everything false, what's left is indestructible. A force that doesn't need to shout. A strength that doesn't beg to be seen. It simply is. You've entered a place most people never reach. The quiet knowing that nothing outside you can define you. Not their opinions, not their approval, not their love. You are the source. You are the storm and the calm after it. You are the fire and the light it casts. The world will still try to pull you back into doubt, comparison, a noise, but you'll feel it differently now. You'll see through it, because once you've tasted truth, illusion loses its flavor. And when they ask what changed, you'll smile, because you'll know it wasn't the world that transformed, it was you. You became the thing they said didn't exist, a woman who knows her own power, who no longer confuses silence for weakness or softness for surrender, who walks through the world not to prove her worth, but to embody it. That is strength, the kind that doesn't fade, the kind that builds empires, heals wounds, and changes timelines. And when you forget, because you will, remember this. You've already survived everything designed to destroy you. There's nothing left to fear. The worst has already happened, and you're still here. So breathe, stand taller, look at your reflection not as what's left of you, but what was forged from the fire. Because you, my friend, you are stronger than you think. And now, you know it.